Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back. It's your boy Cool Rob, cooler than cool, cooler than most, cooler than the other side of the pillow. Welcome back to another episode of Cool Rob TV. Thank you so much for all the love and support y'all showing me out there. It's touching the soul, and soul is touches beautiful things. So thank y'all so much. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Please subscribe to Cool Rob TV, all carefully. Comments, like, dislike, engage. Engagement is a must because we're always looking for new people to come on this show. Shout outs to Movie Hood TV. Go show them some love for the hottest video. Show them some love. Show them some love. I wanted to hurry up and get all that out. Tonight is a special night, y'all. As you can see, I got the panel back. You know what I'm saying? The panel is here. They back better than ever. We're going to get it in, y'all. And there's a few more reasons why this is a special night. For one, like I said, we got the panel. Two, this is my last show in this original bullpen. I'm taking the bullpen to a new location, y'all, so this will be the last time y'all see this setup. And three, it's a special moment, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The three, I couldn't even get it out. I ain't gonna say it loud. It's a special moment. So let me get started. Let me introduce everybody before I get tongue twisted. Let me go to the top. Sister Chrissy, thank you so much for being here. How are you?
I'm good.
So Chrissy, let me just say this. I followed you on Donnie's podcast. I love everything I've been hearing that comes out. I'm really honored to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking time to come on.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here too.
Thank you so much. So just give like I said, when people come on the show for their first time, I always ask this question. You can tell us 3 things about Chrissy real quick so we can get to know you and who Chrissy is. 3 things about you.
Pretty chill person, just real laid back. That's about it. Not too much.
Okay, cool. She summed it up in 1, y'all. She gave y'all 1, said in 3. Thank you so much, beautiful sister. I'm gonna go over to my man Greedy Vegan, aka Donnie, aka Question Everything. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Welcome back.
Man, peace, bro. That's what it's all about, bro. It's good to be back. It's a pleasure and an honor to be back. You already know, Rob, we go back for so long. We used to talk about this in our youth, and we actually making it happen now. And it's just so that's what it is. We manifesting right now. So it's definitely a great thing to be on the show right now, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much, bro. And it's a beautiful thing because I was on your show, so thank you so much for inviting me on yours. I was really honored to be able to go on somebody else's show, but I was honored to be on your show. So thank you so much for inviting me on. I really appreciate it.
That's what's up and shit, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, since '97, y'all, I'm a Greedy Vegan. Let me go down to my man, the Liberation Advocate, all the way from the NY, Kareem Johnson. What's up, brother?
Salute. What's going on?
Hey, man. Hey, I just want to let you know, man, thank you so much for taking time out your night for coming back. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you, bro.
Oh, always. And I can give you a third reason that this is definitely a significant night. This is also going to be your last show in what we know is Black August. All right, this is of course, the last few days of Black August, which is always significant within our melanated community. Right, got to recognize the great losses we took in August, and also the great revolutionary liberation moves in this month. So definitely for us to close in that last discussion, this last dialogue in that format of yours, it's also a great significant day. All right, so let's get this explosion started.
Thank you, brother. And I recovered, y'all. It's a 4th reason why it's a special night. Reason why it's a special night because we're breaking out a new show. So I'm gonna get to that in a minute, y'all. So I recovered. Here we go. And last but not least, what can I say, man? Life coach, author, the book entitled I Did That. Donnell Oaks, his 3rd time on the show. What's up, brother?
Hold on, brother.
How you, man?
My brother in New York, what's going on?
Hey, bro, a little bit of technical difficulties, but I just want to let you know if you can hear me, I just appreciate you, bro. You put me on the map with that book, man. I'm sitting here, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Like I said in our interviews, you could have went to anybody else's platform, but you choose to come to mine. You gave me an opportunity. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much.
Indeed, brother. Likewise.
All right, y'all. All right, so there's the panel, and let's get started, y'all. I'm so excited, and like I said, we're breaking out with a new show. It's called What's on Your Mind? 30 minutes with Cool Rob. But like I say, if we go over 30 minutes, then we will. You know what I'm saying? But it's What's on Your Mind? 30 minutes with Cool Rob. And like I say, I got Chrissy, the life coach, liberation advocate, and a guy that questions everything. Enough said right there, y'all. So let's get started. If the panel, if y'all ready, I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Let's
I'm
get
ready.
it.
All right, here we go, y'all. So the topic is the latest police killing in Milwaukee. So, you know, those who don't know, everybody should know now. We had another police officer, white officer killing a black man, happened in Milwaukee. And so I decided to bring the people we're going to talk about tonight. I want to know what's on their mind. So let me start out with the sister Chrissy. First time on the show. Chrissy, what is on your mind about this latest police killing?
Okay, I got two.
Okay.
First, is this another false flag just to get our people riled up because it's election season? That's one. Second is, what are we going to do to stop this from going on if it isn't really about, you know, false flags and just getting us riled up and stuff and trying to divide the people and stuff like that. So that's the things I've been thinking about.
Good stuff right there, lead us off. Karim, what's on your mind, brother?
Well, I just, I get this information in real time. So when it comes to these police killings, and I concur with the sister, we have to always be mindful of false flags, false narratives to get at that emotional space and make our people cause strategies and tactics to move in a direction that's going to be counter-revolutionary, right? There's specific behaviors that our people are accustomed to moving in when it comes to being activated with these viral videos of violence, these viral lynchings, right? These murders that we can see, right? This is not nothing that we hear about. This is something that we see without taking into account the full story, right? Without having all the factual information behind it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we all going to be alarmed at someone being shot in the back 7 times, right? Even though from the initial glance, we're looking at this as a bad movie and we're yelling and wanting the brother to stop. You understand what I'm saying? Because we seen, just like he's seen, guns were drawn on him. So it's not like that they were fronting. So we're trying to put ourselves in that space. Should he have stopped, right? Then we find out that his seeds are in the back of the vehicle. So we're trying to put ourselves in his shoes and still know that these people were unequivocally wrong for shooting this man 7 times, knowing that he wasn't armed, knowing that you can see he was almost naked. He didn't have on too much clothing. He had on a tank top, sweats, and some slippers, right? So you know that he's not an immediate threat. So how much violence do you use to calm this man? You didn't shoot him 1 time, which might have been excusable because of your fear. You didn't shoot him 2 or 3 times. You shot him 7 times, like an animal. So of course, our natural instinct, our natural triggers after watching these murders for the past 6 and 7 years, when we're talking about viral imagery, right? We're going to be triggered. And now that they know that we're going to be triggered, it doesn't take that much to do it. So we have to really give an analytical eye to how we respond to these situations, right? At what point do we hold ourselves accountable for falling for the bullshit? Because no, there's no doubt about it. We are in war. And being in war, people have to move as such. I'm an advocate for prevention. My whole thing is our people have to get together and prevent criminal activities and prevent ourselves from being looked at as criminals, because that gives them excuse. They already have an embedded DNA in them to be fearful of us because of what they have done. So the only intelligent thing that we can do is to militarize ourselves from the point at which we come out into the world. We cannot no longer have the luxury of leaving our homes unarmed. And I'm talking about unarmed up here, unarmed in spirit, and unarmed with having arms tangibly.
Thank you so much for that, brother. Life coach, coming to you. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is what my brother was just going to. Accountability, you know, is the number one thing. And honestly, the only thing that's on my mind overall, you know, it's not really a multiple thought. Because as my man touched on, just want to make sure you guys get it.
I was getting ready to say, bro, you
a little bit staticky.
Static. Well, look, I don't want to mess it up. It's a wonderful panel. I'm gonna try to go here back out. Y'all keep it going.
All right, bet, my man. Donnie, I'm gonna come to you. What's on your mind?
Well, basically, sis and Elder Karim spoke on it. They basically said what's on my mind, you know, in so many words. Like, I'm still trying to really like get the whole factual documentation so I can read it and understand the whole situation of what went on, because from what I'm hearing is that whatever the situation was while the police was there didn't even have nothing to do with him. I'm hearing that he actually like pulled up and was trying to defuse the situation because something was going on with some people he knew.
Right.
That's how I heard he even got involved with the police, and then he was telling them that, you know, I'm picturing it because, you know, I'm from the streets myself. I done had plenty of altercations and encounters with the police myself. So I'm, you know, and I know that once they pull up on the scene or you involve yourself in the so-called scene or some type of situation that they got going on and shit, you basically like them in their minds, you don't welcome yourself to what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't welcome yourself to their world now and shit. So you either a suspect now or they want to figure out what you know about some shit. They want to question you about something, or, you know, get a little bit, you know, they call it getting some information up off you and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to figure it all out, like how did it all go down? And, you know, we all know that, like Kareem spoke on, you know, it's really not the smart, you know, when you think about it and be real with yourself, it's not the smartest thing to be running to your car when police have drones going on, you know, have the guns drawn on you, especially when you see a lot of the shit that has been happening through the past, as he spoke on countless years, ever since this internet shit has been like up and jumping and shit, you know, then majority, if not so, nothing but the American Negro being, you know, virally put out there and shit, being mistreated like this and basically disrespected and treated like scum, you know what I'm saying, to the powers that be. And that's just, you know, the only way we can stop that is to somehow come together and put all this bullshit aside and recognize and realize that we all one family and shit. You know, if the same way that brother just got shot, we all should feel like that was our son, or that was our nephew. You know what I'm saying? That was our brother. That was our uncle. You know, the youth should feel like that was their father. That was their uncle. That was their grandfather. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of, you know, the love we need to have for one another and shit in order to come together. Like, another thing I brought about too was I was meditating one night, just in deep thought, thinking about all the social injustice, man. The first thing came up to me was like, these people need the police. If you want to be a police, then they need to run this shit how the apartment complex is running with the maintenance that live on the property. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying you got to live in the exact apartment building, but you need the police in the neighborhood where you live at. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a police, especially one of these so-called white people, you want to be a police, you need the police in the neighborhood where you live at. You don't need to be policing outside in 20, 25 miles away from your home and where don't nobody know you and stuff like that. You need to be held accountable for. The people in your neighborhood and in your community need to see your real live actions on how you demonstrate to someone out here in the public. The people need to, you know what I'm saying? You really need to be within the realms of where you lay your head at. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that they need to be passing when they want to talk about voting and all that type of shit. This is the type of shit these people need to be bringing forth to the table and questioning all their politicians and all that on changing some of these laws around here. But you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother, build and a whole nother 30 minutes with Cool Rob. But I ain't got too much time. I ain't gonna be too long-winded, but that's just how I feel about it. We need to get the whole situation in a factual understanding so we can understand exactly what happened. And then why do they have to shoot him 7 times in the back? My thing is, these police are trained shooters and they go to the range a lot also. They like to go to the range and, and get their aim together and do all that and try to hit targets. This is what they practice on. This is the part of their livelihood, just being in that world. So, why don't they shoot? If they're going to shoot somebody, which I don't rectify it at all, but if you're going to shoot somebody, why not shoot a brother in the leg to humble him? Why not shoot a brother in the shoulder? Try to hit a brother in the arm if you a trained gunsman. You certified to be rolling around with a firearm, and you should be able to hit your target where you want to hit it at, especially up close and point blank range like that. There's no reason they should be taking people's lives like this and then getting off with this shit. This shit's got to stop. So we got to come together and bring forth a revolution to where we're going to really not take no for an answer. Some shit's going to have to change around this place.
Good way to open the panel, y'all. That's some good stuff right there. Moving on, I'm gonna jump right into the next one. Sister Chrissy, why won't the other officers speak up about their colleagues, especially the Black officers?
Because they got that blue shield code or whatever it's called. They're not gonna speak out against each other. It's just not gonna happen. But I mean, you see few and in between cops coming forward now. You know what I'm saying, and saying stuff, and standing with the people, but they're not going to speak out.
Brother Karim, why won't the other officers speak out?
Because they're socialized not to. And there's very serious ramifications for talking out. First, you're talking out against your colleagues who you have to go into the locker room with, who are also armed. You understand what I'm saying? And you are, in fact, a minority. That is one spot where Black men and women are minorities in the police department. You understand? And New York City is one of the most predominantly mixed cities in the world. But still in the police force, melanated people numbers are low. So you are constantly under the threat of your fellow officer, not to mention unions. All type of things go on with that. So the officer is being socialized to live in fear. It's like you are here and you with us, but you're not one of us. And they're constantly reminded of that. Like, there's no mistake about it. The Black officer is doubly doomed. He's doomed because you can't do nothing for us. We don't trust you. And they don't trust you. So it's a double-edged sword when you go up in there and go against the grain, because you really don't know what it's about. You don't know what justice is about as a Black person. you don't know what law enforcement is as a Black person, because it's always been designed to be counter our Black people. The justice system is nothing but an extension of who Massa was, of who the overseer was. And then once you go up in there, now you figure it out, but it's too late because you're feeding your family now. And now you're being socialized to look at your own community with a different lens. So they're not going to speak out against it unless they're willing to come up outside of it and then fight it from the outside. But while they're in there, it's very difficult for them to do that.
Good stuff right there. And Donnie, take us away. Well, I want other officers to speak up.
Yeah, because they have a code. The same way the streets is living by the not snitch shit, the officers, that they got their code too and shit. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna put themselves out there, and like Karim spoke on, these other people are parts of these unions and certain programs that they got going on, but they done took oaths, man. You know what I'm saying? They under certain orders and stuff like that, you know, and that was really in the manual of them becoming an officer. You see what I'm saying? To basically like to not expose anything, because everybody is looked at as a criminal. They only seeing shit. So even when the injustice shit is going wrong and shit, you see how the media, all the government, they all get together and they try to like scrutinize one's character after they maliciously, you know what I'm saying, slaughtered him out here in the world and in the public for everybody's eyes to see. They try to dig back into his background or his or her background and you know, make them look like that they wasn't no so-called saint or outstanding citizen, or, you know, everybody need to calm down about this and all that. But it ain't even about that. You know what I'm saying? It's way deeper than that and shit. But, you know, they not gonna rat on each other. It's that's their jobs, and that's like Karim said, that's how they feeding their families. So, you know, and some of them say, you know, I mean, to be real honest, a lot of them is cowards. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. A lot of them are cowards. That's the whole reason they became police. You know, they cowards and shit. You know, in any strong intellectual man who has any pride and dignity about himself, especially of the American Negro, our particular race. You know what I'm saying? We understand that the very force patrols or officers or police over here in our country and shit was those that was capturing the runaway slaves. You know what I'm saying? With those that were hunting down and trying to bring justice to the runaway slaves. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just have a different view on that and shit, but I do understand shit. They live by a code the same way the youngins out here thugging and gang banging and clicking up and doing their thing in the street. They live by a code. That's why everybody was clowning the boy 6ix9ine and shit, because they showing you that they live by a code. You know what I'm saying? The boy Tekashi spoke that broke the code. He ratted. You know what I'm saying? He's a snitch. You know what I'm saying? He broke the code of the streets. Where the boys in blue they got a code also. You know what I'm saying? There's just a little, but they have a code also, bro.
Exactly, and you can look at it. Look at what happened with our young brother Freddie Gray. You had 2 black female officers implicated in that.
Right.
That was right there. That heard him banging around and heard the screams and knew that he expired.
Right.
And they held that down all this time. They never spoke on anything ill of their fellow officers. So can you imagine a black woman seeing somebody that's her son, her little brother or cousin or nephew expire at the hands of somebody else and not speak out against it, even under the threat of losing your job and everything that go along with it, and to be ostracized? Come on, that's a mean head game. They're socialized into that.
That's deep.
Good stuff, y'all. All right, I'm gonna jump right into it. Brother Karim, What happened to protect and serve?
It was never protect and serve. That's a front. The whole entire English language is based on parables and interpretation. They protect and serve their own. That protect and serve doesn't extend out to Black, brown, Asian communities. It just doesn't. Protect and serve means protect and serve the property, protect and serve the wealthy, not the poor, not the working class. We don't get protect and serve. We get agitated and thrown in jail. You see what I'm saying? That shit is a front, just like law and order, just like the scales of justice. Those are parables. That's not significant meaning. That's why it's so difficult for a foreigner to understand the English language when you have there and there, or where and where. It's made to confuse. You get what I'm saying? The language is spoken as such to cause confusion and to keep them on top and to keep you separated. So protect and serve is not for us. Though you would be, you know, up under the guise because of how you were taught. Anybody can teach you and say, well, this is what it means. If I really spoke in my vernacular coming from East New York, Brooklyn, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't know. If I tell you, give me a half a man, you wouldn't know what that means. Now, would you? Now, somebody from East New York will come up out of their pocket and give me a $50 bill. That's a half a man. For us, you understand? So when we're talking about law and order, statutes, penal codes, none of that pertains to us unless we are on the receiving end of the punishment.
Right.
Good stuff right there. Greedy, take us away. Chris, you got something to say?
No, I was just agreeing.
I'm coming to you next, but Donnie, go ahead, take us away. What happened to protect and serve?
Yeah, like the brother said, it wasn't never no protect for us. It was just strictly serve. All they wanted to do was serve us. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, dish out the punishment on us and shit. You know what I'm saying? We've been seeing it all our lives. You know what I'm saying? How many times have we seen so-called the elite, like you said, the wealthy, you know what I'm saying, the haves, you know, commit crime and prolong the trials, you know, sometimes for years. And then, you know, the shit gets put off, and next thing you know, it's swept under the rug. Nobody's talking about it anymore and shit. You know what I'm saying? We've seen even on the lower scales and shit in the ghettos and in the hoods and, you know, amongst the have-nots, you know, we go to jail for certain crimes, and they trying to give us the maximum penalty. You see what I'm saying? If the crime carrying 3 to 6, they trying to give you 6. If it's carrying 10 to life, they prefer to try to dish out life, and rather you fight your way and get the numbers down. You see what I'm saying? Like, but when it's someone else of their ethnicity, of their race or something like that, you know what I'm saying? They get the low end and shit, you know what I'm saying? They get slapped on the wrist, you know, they get the Band-Aids and you know, to go sit in the corner and timeouts and shit, you know what I'm saying? They give us the full throttle thrashing and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was never no protect for us. It was always, and that protect and serve is really is for the Republic. It's really for what you call the corporations. You know what I'm saying? It's for them. That protect and serve, all those codes is really for the president and above. And those of that magnitude and shit. Us down here on the low, you know what I'm saying? We don't have a part in that. You know what I'm saying? We don't play a role in that. You know what I'm saying? We the ones who just consume and sit back and keep everything trendy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We the ones who they need to sprinkle a little flavor into it. Because if not, everything would just be fried out. It'd just be, you know what I'm saying? It'd be so plain and simple that everyone would see. But that's why we always got to keep our eyes open and shit, and be aware that these laws were never set up for us. They were only set up to do you dirty, to keep you at a low. They were never set up for us to really progress and become a wealthy people in this country, in this society over here. So it was never a protect and serve thing. It was a protect and serve for those who was with the agenda. It was that's why even those on the high scale, they get clipped. They end up, you know, when they speak out and go against the code and shit, they get clipped. You know what I'm saying? So the protect and serve, it was really only for the those who's with the agenda, those who's down with the program. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you remove yourself and attack yourself from this program, or one who never was a part of the program from the get-go, you only fall under the serve, brother. They're not protecting you at all. You get
the stuff right there. Take us away. What happens to protect and serve?
Oh, like them brothers both said it so perfectly. Like I really don't even have nothing to say because you know they said it so perfectly. We ain't protect and serve. We ain't meant to be protected and served. It's just you know.
Well, which leads me to the next question then, because it's not all police officers, right? When we all agree to that, all police officers, right? But with the latest killing now in Milwaukee, how do you feel about the police department now, Chris?
I've been thinking on this one, and I think our people need to police ourselves, point blank, period. We don't need their police department. We need to structure our own, and we need to start policing ourselves. Because they're never going to get rid of all of their corrupt people. It's just never going to happen. So the only way for us to even do it is to police ourselves.
Brother Karim.
Well, that's always been my call. Exactly what Sister Crystal said. We have to police ourselves. But in doing the policing of ourselves, that means we need leadership that is well equipped to handle the most the things that hurt us the most, which is our own intelligence, our own behaviors, right? Our own beliefs and what we construct as beliefs. And then we can work on taking that control. Because when you have people in the community, and I can tell you right now, Brooklyn is going through it. We have a high increase in the amount of Black men abusing, raping, robbing, and killing Black women at an alarming rate. You understand? That is a social issue that we have to deal with when we talk about policing ourselves, right? I mean, we just had an incident on the subway, 11 o'clock in the morning, of a man trying to rape a woman on the subway platform.
I seen that.
You understand what I'm saying? This is something that you can't even fathom. That's just like walking down the street and you seeing that happen. 11 o'clock in the morning in something that is usually crowded with people. That's how he was caught. People just walk by, pull out their phones. Like, what are you doing? That is a mental illness, right? Then we have another video that's going viral where you have the brother who was renting out his apartment in his house. And he asked the people to leave and they destroyed his apartment. This was Black people that he rented to, that he didn't have insurance on the apartment, and all he did was ask them to leave and they destroyed it. He is in tears on this video. This is Black and Black trauma. This is harmful to our spirituality. So when we're talking about policing ourselves, we have to have serious cadre of leadership that is going to handle these situations before we can even deal with the gun violence, the drugs, the sex trafficking. You understand what I'm saying? The deed stealing by slick ass Black people who want to steal houses from our elders and things of that nature. So policing is just not what we see on TV when it comes to us dealing with their justice system and how they move. When we speak about policing ourselves, we got to have the right frame of mind to do it. You dig what I'm
I
saying?
definitely
And that's
understand that.
getting the trust of our people, right? The trust of our people to believe that we can do it. And the only way we can do it is pulling up out of their system, totally and completely. Where we're relying on ourselves. Once it started, we can never go back to them for nothing. We cannot go back to them for employment. We cannot go back to them for education. We cannot go back to them for health care. It is not just police ourselves. We have to pull up out of this shit totally and then work on everything else. So this is the process that we're going through within this new era of being woke and being aware and conscious. The policing, that's after effects. That's the final stages. That's dealing with symptoms. That's what we're going through now. This is symptoms that we're dealing with when we're looking at these police killings. That's a symptom of racism and white supremacy. That's one part. We got to hit this shit at the core. It got to be done at the core. And the core is total separation from these people, total separation from the mind state of us saying that we need these people for anything. And it's been proven during this pandemic. We don't need them for shit. We're educating ourselves. We're finding ways to employ ourselves. We're not dealing with them because they shit is collapsing. This is why the police interaction is so rampant. They had to ramp it up to give reason and cause to distract us from meeting our true goals, which is separation from these people.
Last but not least, Greedy Vegan, take us away.
Yeah, I agree with him. It's gonna come a long way. It's gonna really take change within ourselves, mentally and spiritually, because we're gonna have to understand that and understand within ourselves that we cannot no longer do the next brother or sister any type of harm. We can no longer put our youth that's coming up behind us in situations where they got to, because when I was coming up, we looked at the OGs as, the hustlers out on the block, the ones who was, riding around in the fancy cars, you know what I'm saying, and getting all the girls and splurging and doing, and basically we looking at them like these niggas doing what the hell they want to do. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a lesson in that. There's a real unique mental understanding about that whole paradigm of life. It's the created player. It's all a facade. You see what I'm saying? It's the created American Negro as far as the man's perspective. You see what I'm saying? When they created the American Negro and they wanted to show off and depict what an American Negro looked like throughout the world, they wanted to display the man as some thuggish type of, hardcore, disrespectful type of person as a man. And they wanted to display, show the female off as one who's trying to either not love herself and embrace her own natural beauty and respect of her own aura of who she is. She got to be critiquing next to the so-called white woman and shit. She got to put all this fake stuff in her hair and do herself up and make herself up to so-called look like Marilyn Monroe in order to feel like she's beautiful. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to take a whole lot of mental and spiritual change within ourselves internally in order for us to even, to move forward, to start doing for ourselves. You see what I'm saying? How many times how many years and centuries have went past where we know that the people on the block and the youngest, because I was a part of it, we out there selling that shit and we robbing from one another and taking and hating and jealous of one another, and you know what I'm saying? And every time somebody, people in the hood know exactly what's going on. When somebody get their head hit in the hood, when you're talking about some black on black crime, somebody get their head hit in the hood, the so-called Negroes in the hood know what's happening. They know what's going on. They in tune, they in sync. But you think they're gonna do something better for the hood and bring that killer to justice? You see what I'm saying? Like we got to really change the way that we view the world. We got to change the way that we view ourselves as individuals and learn to respect one another again and learn how to love one another again. And that shit will begin to start ceasing from amongst us. We got to really be able to stand up to these people and shit, you know, the drug dealers in the hood and all the ones that's out there turning our youth out and getting them involved and shit, setting them up and putting them in positions to fail. So we got to really, like, it's going to take some, you know, like he said, some strong people to come together to be able to because you basically going to be putting your life on the line. You basically going to be in it all to go out there and fix your own goddamn community. The war is really between us.
Right.
Amongst us as a people and shit. You know, they already done got us in this situation, so they capitalizing off our ignorance. The only way that we're going to rise up out of this situation is if we realize what's going on. And that's a mental war that's going on amongst us all. You know, that's why we're in this situation and shit. That's why we let some of this shit ride and they continue to just go on because a lot of this shit is not important to us until it hit home. But that's not the case and shit. Anytime we see one of the youth being mistreated, it should hit home. Anytime you see a nigga on the corner slanging that shit, it should hit home. Anytime you hear about one of the girls being mistreated or someone putting his hands on that woman and you know, abusive and domestic violence amongst one of us, it should hit home. You see what I'm saying? So these are the type of things we have to start bringing towards our mental psyche and understand that we need each other more than ever. That is the most powerful thing we can do to get up out of this situation is to realize that we can actually respect, trust, and depend on one another. Because if we can understand that, we will no longer need them. We will no longer need their help. We ain't got to depend on you for health care, like you said. We ain't got to depend on you, somebody going to evict me and tell me that my light's going to be out and all this. So I lose a job, you don't have no sympathy for me. You don't care and shit. Fuck you, pay me. Nah, we ain't going to be going through all that anymore because we know that we're going to have a strong background and strong movements and strong, powerful organizations that's built amongst us and for us. So we're going to have to progress amongst one another, which is called unity. It ain't hard. It really ain't.
Exactly.
It ain't hard.
That's why the Panthers were so successful, because the Panthers were the institution. They fed the people. They took care of the people health-wise. Everything the people needed, they had with that organization. That's why they were able to succeed and grow that quickly. And that is why they was destroyed. Right. They didn't need nothing. Everything in Oakland came from the Panthers. Breakfast program, education, political education, health care, everything. So once you are the institution, the people don't have to rely on nobody else but you. You're taking care of them.
Right.
They had to be destroyed. Simple as that.
Good stuff right there, panel. And I have a bonus question. So I hear a lot of people that's for voting, and I know a lot of people that's against voting. So, panel, are you for or against this year's election, and why, Sister Chrissy?
This year's election, definitely not voting. No, I'm just
why?
Because I'm not picking the lesser of evils when they're both evil. But as far as voting, I don't see nothing wrong with voting. It's just the system itself, you know what I'm saying? It's once again tearing down the system and restructuring it for us. But there's nothing wrong with voting. It's just you can't vote in this system because the powers that be are never going to be for us.
Good stuff right there, Sister Chrissy. That's why I wanted you on this show. Greedy Vegan, are you for or against voting, and why?
Well, I'm not for or against it. You know, to be honest, I'm gonna tell you, I actually haven't voted. It's been over 10 years. It's probably maybe 12, 13 years for me. I haven't voted. It's like once I kind of like opened my eyes up to the reality and just took it all in and said, you know, this system, as we were speaking earlier, you know, it just wasn't set up for us. You know, I'm one of those who set up of the mindset of where we have to remove ourselves from this system. And then, then like I look at it like if the people, if you claim, if you're going to tell us that our voting holds the power and our votes really count or have some type of weight to it, then why can't we like implement some of the laws? It's like you already giving us a list of laws, you laying out how you're going to run the program and stuff like that. And then a lot of the people just agree with it. I kind of like that. That sounds good and stuff like that. I think I like that moving forward and stuff. Well, what if it's some laws that, us, want to come together as a people and want to change, bring forth some stuff? Like, what if we want to cancel certain things? What if we want to change certain judicial laws? What if we want to change certain things and implement things into the Constitution as the people? You see what I'm saying? Like, if we had some type of power like that, you know what I'm saying, then I would be all for voting. But I just don't see it as like the Democrat Party or the Republican Party. I don't think neither one of them is going to, affect me and our people individually. I just haven't seen it. No one has been able to really like explain it to me with clarity. I just don't see any weight to it and shit, bro. I really don't. Now, local vote and stuff like that, I understand, like mayors and stuff like that, governors, they do have a little power and can, bring forth certain changes within the communities. I do understand that, and I don't want to take away from that. I'm from, we from DC, you know what I'm saying? Marion Barrett. You see what I'm saying? Still to this day, he's known as the mayor of DC. It don't matter who's elected. Still to this day, no matter what he's been through in his past, but they, exposed him, dealing with the drugs and stuff like that. But the things that he brought forth in DC, like when he was the mayor, it was when I was 14. I remember I was 14. And I actually got my first summer job because of Marion Barrett. You see what I'm saying? In DC, because he brought forth the summer works program for the youth. This is how we started getting work permits and stuff like that at the age of 14 in the city of DC. You know what I'm saying? So we working at the grocery stores and stuff like that.
Right.
And stuff like that. And it was all thanks to Marion Barrett. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Understand that, the local votes and stuff like that, I know can bring forth some change, you know what I'm saying? But, just on a major scale, though, when it comes to law enforcement and policing and certain policies that goes on for the people, like we dealing with this pandemic and stuff like that, that's really out of the local, parties' hands. The local parties gotta, they gotta take the order, you know what I'm saying, that's coming from the big dogs, you know what I'm saying? They gotta look up, it's a change, you know what I'm saying? It's levels to it, you know what I'm saying? And when you tell and you understand and know that there's different levels to it and shit, you will really think about your vote and who you voting on and exactly what you voting for. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't think it's gonna bring forth no liberation for us, not in this system. I think the only liberation we're going to get is when this system finally fall, when it finally crash and it has no power over us anymore. And that's really on us. I'm going to say it again. That's really on us to stop giving it its power. You know what I'm saying? We ourselves give it its power and shit. You know what I'm saying? We can't have it both ways. We can't want to be free and still be a part of that which got us enslaved. You see what I'm saying? We can't have it both ways and shit. We got to choose a side, and ultimately, enough of us got to come together and choose that side of freedom and roll on without, and know for a surety that we can sustain our lives without. We don't need that. We're better off without that. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it all the way.
Exactly.
Good stuff right there, brother Karim. Finish it all for us. Are you two? Are you for or against voting, and why?
Listen, I personally don't do it. I haven't done it since Barack, right? But I'm from a family of politicians who have always been politically active, right? My father was one of the instrumental campaign organizers for our local congressperson who was in DC for over 25 years, right? So I always worked on campaigns. I have people in my age group and younger now running for city council. And as the brother said, local politics, local voting is very essential and can change certain conditions immediately, right? Right? So local politics is something that the people have to engage in order to get to the spaces where most of us already are, as he said, to see that the higher levels, right, where the process takes a longer time to get tangible results and sometimes never get those tangible results, right? You see that as ineffective, right? As we just seen, we just lost the elder John Williams, right? And he was there for what? Since Martin Luther King, right?
Mm.
He got hit in the head with bricks and Selma and all that shit, right? And look, 6 decades later, we getting shot in the back. Now, you mean to tell me 6 decades you ain't passed no meaningful legislation to stop that shit right there? You understand what I'm saying? 6 decades, not John Lewis, 6 decades that this man was working to get some significant change. Now, of course, you could drink at the water fountain. Okay, that's cool. But if the water is poison like in Flint, you dig what I'm saying? What ground did we gain?
Right.
What ground did we gain? But some people need to go through that process of democratic voting to see what's going to come at the end of it. Some people need to go through the church to see that the pastor's a pimp. Some people are going to have to go through the mosque to see that the imam sniff dope.
Right.
Or is in a sex trafficking or whatever. Some people need that process. Everybody's not woke and aware at the same time. So if that process is going to get people to the point at which soon that they can catch up to us, then go ahead, you do it. I'm not wasting my time with the shit. You understand what I'm saying? But there are other people who need that, who have not that belief in self yet. That's something that they're going to have to learn through trial and error, right? But we don't want to count them as enemies because they may have a genuine space in their heart where they put their faith in that. The only ones we can count as enemies is the ones that we already know is in there doing the trickery. You see what I'm saying? The ones that we see and we know that y'all intelligent enough to know the game. So when you have that democratic process, go ahead, y'all do that shit. We already know we here having this discussion. We on the panel. We know that that shit ain't gonna bring nothing to them or us. We're not getting no relief from that. You dig what I'm saying? But those processes have to take place. It have to for a certain amount of the population. Everybody's not woke at the same time. You know what I'm saying? My prescription of glasses ain't gonna be for the next person. They can't see what the fuck I can see, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that works. But this shit right here, as Greedy said, it has to fall. It has to collapse. This way, people could get into a new consciousness by doing and relying for self. Relying on itself and doing for the self awakens you, right? Just like when you ride a bike. You learn to ride a bike when you're doing it on your own. You learn how to stop, how to turn, how to wiggle around things. If you're not doing that on your own, you're never going to know how to ride. Our people have to know how to survive in this world on our own. We've been too dependent on these people who are vicious, who are immoral, and not thinking nothing of us but in terms of labor and slavery. We have to let this shit fall. If it doesn't fall, we're always going to be sitting back waiting for them to do what they do.
Right.
Powerful.
We did it, y'all. Round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Sister
Yes.
Greedy Vegan, my boy Karim, first ever What's on Your Mind, 30 minutes with Cool Raw, even though we went over 30 minutes. Like I told y'all, if we go over 30 minutes, that means we're having a serious conversation and we getting it in. So, and we went over 30 minutes, but we rocked it, we sealed the deal. Thank y'all so much, Brother Karim, Greedy, and Sister Chrissy, but we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna start off with shout outs. Chrissy, got any shout outs?
No. Well, Zombie and Breezy.
Zombie and Breezy. Shout out to Zombie and Breezy. Greedy Vegan, you got any shout outs?
And shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole family. Shout out to those who are awake and those who are trying to wake and open their eyes. Shout out to the world. Shout out to everything that exists, because we all exist. If we exist, we all a part of the same source. You know what I'm talking about? And I gotta get Karim, I gotta get you on my channel. You know, I want to bring you on the build. We have a little podcast me and Chrissy started where, you know, it's called The Build and shit, you know what I'm saying? We touch on a lot of important topics and shit. We want to put it out there, you know, just have some footage for the world and for the viewers, and especially for the youth to see and for them to learn, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to get you on there and shit, bro. It's like, I feel like you're going to bring a whole nother energy and a whole nother perspective to it and shit. It's going to, you know, it's going to bring forth some life to our situation we got over there.
Most definitely. Listen, I'm available. Like Cool Rob hit me last night. I hit him back. You know what I'm saying? I'm available. This is what I do on a regular basis. Like I said, I was blessed with some elders. I've been around a lot of the elders, a lot of the notable people that we read about. I've sat at their feet. So, you know, all my social media is public. I'm available at any time. All you have to do is hit me up. You dig? Because as I say, I get educated by the youth. I get educated by that energy. That's a new energy, you dig, that I need and I give out from my experience. So, you know, that'll be an honor for me to do that. Just hit me up.
Yeah, that's what's happening. We definitely gonna link up and shit, bro. And I feel the same exact way with that train of thought. You know what I'm saying? I feel myself. I don't know it all, and I'm not a youngster, and I'm not an elder, but I'm both. I don't know it all, but I know a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a teacher and a student simultaneously. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was powerful. This whole build was powerful and shit. I appreciate you again, Rob, for having me on. Shout out to Movie Hood TV, Cool Rob TV. Everybody like the video. Share this video. It's popping. We got to start. We about to get this thing cranking. 30 minutes with Cool Rob. Let's get it in.
Let's get it in. 30 minutes with Cool Rob.
Most definitely. I enjoyed
it. I have so
it.
many comrades that I can shout out, especially my brother El Abdul Malik Muhammad out there in the Bay Area. My back and forth comrade Cosmology Bay, Kareem Bay, Breadman TV, Mickey Bundles, Doggy Diamonds.
Doggy Diamonds, my man.
All these is my personal dudes, man. Craze, the king of content. I mean, I just named all of them, man. It's just so many Melly Queen, so many people that I deal with and build with. Sister Lisa Lewis, Jade Arendelle. Just a lot of people that we constantly moving, constantly pushing the needle forward. You did, we're gonna get it right. Just keep these platforms moving. Keep the energy up and know that we will never allow nothing or no one to have power or authority over us. Never that.
Right.
Don't allow that at any time. No one has power or authority over you. Once you allow that to happen, you become a slave. You become oppressed. We pushing for liberation for our people. Can't nobody stop us.
I was getting ready to say, Greedy, Karim, and Chrissy, when y'all do link up, it's a partnership in the making. I can't wait to be a part of it. I can't wait to see it.
Definitely.
All right, so Chrissy, tell the people where they can find you, where they can subscribe to you. Take it away, Sister Chrissy.
I don't have no subscriptions or anything. I do have a little Facebook group called The Build. You know, I try to get people in there, Black businesses, you know, anything like that. People just selling their t-shirts or anything. I try to, you know, put them in the group and promote them and stuff like that. You know,
Right.
a lot of spiritual teachings and stuff. Even do a little bit of gardening, do gardening tips and stuff like that. I try to put out them type of videos and stuff. Other than that, it's Chrissy Meadows on Facebook, and that's it. You know, I'm just, like I said, I'm just cool and laid back. I really don't, you know, put myself out there too much.
Well, since you said it, I'm honored that you took time out your schedule to come on my platform. So thank you so much. I'm honored.
Thanks.
Brother Karim, all the way from the NY.
Mm-hmm.
New York. Take us away, brother.
Listen, Karim Johnson on Facebook, Karim Johnson on Twitter. My Instagram is Blizz, BLIZ _ENY Brooklyn. YouTube, Karim, survivor of the 75th Precinct Johnson. All my platforms is public. Anyone can reach out at any time. I'm here to build. I'm here to make sure that all our people push for liberation, total and complete liberation. Owners of our labor, you dig? And as always, without our queens, without the Black women, we're not going to win this. Without our queens on our side, not behind us, not in front of us, on our side, we will not be successful with this. We need our queens with us.
Good stuff right there, brother. You always putting on the queens, brother. I can say that. Greedy Vegan, take us away. Where we can find you and where they can subscribe to you.
And once again, shout out to Karim. Like I said, you on it, bro. You be talking my language and shit, that total balance, that yin and the yang. You know, the yin is nothing without the yang. You see what I'm saying? So the sun, you know, what is the sun without the moon? You know, with the sun, you know, what is the moon without the sun? You know? So, but yeah, Greedy Vegan, of course, you know, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. My name is Indigenous Vegan on there. On Facebook, Indigenous Vegan on Facebook. And I'm gonna reach out to you on Facebook tonight. Matter of fact, right after the show, Karim, I'm gonna link up with you and shit, get you into our group to build and all that. So we can start setting up some good platforms, some builds and shit for the future and shit, bro. But yeah, once again, this shit, man, love y'all. Peace, love, and light to everybody that's gonna view the video. Get the likes up on it. Get them shares out, you know what I'm saying? It's just something powerful. You know, we about to bring forth some good shit for the people. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Good stuff right there, brother. Real quick. So we had my boy, life coach, Donnell Oaks on, but he had some technical difficulties. So he wasn't on for the duration of the show. But shout out to him because he was on in the beginning. Thank you, brother Donnell. Shout outs for me. I almost forgot. Let me shout out my two daughters, Raven and Vay. I love you so much. If or when they see this video, I love you, I love you, I love you. Shout out to all my subscribers. We're growing, y'all. I got this new saying, the struggle is real. The struggle is real, but we slowly but surely growing, y'all. So let's take over the world, y'all. It ain't just me. It's us against the YouTube world. It's us against the world. So we're gonna take over. And shout out to my panel. Thank you so much once again, y'all. Like I said, you took time with y'all night. Come on the show. I appreciate you, Chrissy. I've been listening to you for a while. You here? I'm honored. Greedy Vegan, you my man since '97, way back in Magruder Park. And Karim, like I said, it took me 3 seconds. I listened to one of your videos. I reached out to you right away, and you came on, brother. And you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you. You put me on the map. Thank you so much.
Always, always. My pleasure. I love my people. All y'all salute. I might be on live on IG tonight. Y'all got me hyped up. I might have to call one of the comrades up.
And we had this last part of the show. I love the whole show, but I love this part. It's called The Last Words. This really means something to me. It's your outgoing message. Take it away, Sister Chrissy. Your last words. This bullshit right here.
Y'all be making me like, y'all know I'm so not used to this. Just y'all keep y'all's heads up. Y'all know what I'm saying. Stay in the light. That's all.
Brother Karim, last words.
Listen, love yourself, love your brother, and love the struggle. Welcome it all.
Greedy Vegan, question everything. Any last words?
Different train of thought. Change your ways of thinking. Change self. Knowing thyself is not always attached to something spiritual. It's not always attached to religion. It's not always attached to belief. Knowing thyself can be something as simple as just knowing what's best for self. Peace and love and light in everyone, family.
Almost forgot one shout out. Shout out to my homie Tierra G. She made my shirt, y'all. You know, represent. Thank you so much, Tierra G. Tierra G, I need some more shirts. Where you been at? Been looking for you.
Right.
Shout out to Tierra G. She make my shirts, my man. Thank you so much, beautiful sister. My last words, what a way to end it, y'all. The last episode, the last show, not episode, last show in this bullpen right here, y'all. What better way to end it off by saying, if you laugh and you cry, it's a hell of a day, right? And these three people right here, my panel, an example of what I'm getting ready to say. No matter what you're doing out here, no matter what you're doing, you should never give up, never give up, never give up. I'm getting happy, y'all. Like I said, this is it, y'all. As soon as we get off, I'm about to start moving some stuff around, be up all night. I gotta wake up next morning and move some more stuff. You're gonna see another bullpen, y'all, new and improved live bullpen, but the panel's coming back. What's on your mind? 30 minutes with Cool Rob, the Cool Rob show coming back. Go to my boy Donnie's page and support this brother. I'm telling y'all, please, 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 please support his channel. Support my brother Karim as well. He left his information. Go, like I said, you can go and watch our interview when he was on the Cool Rob show season 3. Like I said, some good information right there. Please support this brother. Please support Sister Chrissy and Donnie's build. And, oh, I got a surprise for y'all. You want to say bye, y'all. Gary, you know what I'm saying? So, Gary, Cool Rob, Chrissy, Brother Karim, and my boy Donnie. Thank y'all so much. Cool Rob is in the building. Over and out. Got this new thing I do with the paper, y'all. Throw the paper with Gary in my hand. Over and out, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I love you. Donnie, Chrissy, and Karim love you, and Gary love you. We all love you. Bye-bye. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.